From seed to tree, 500 years of our forest. Helen Zhang. Table of Contents. Part 1, Past. History of the forest. Part 2, Present, Forest School. Part 3, Future, Classroom.
Long ago, more than 500 years ago, there was one big forest. Its name was the Great North Wood. The forest was filled with oak trees. They provided the shelter for birds and dropped acorns for squirrels. From one seed, a small plant sprouted. The small plant grew from the sun and rain. As it grew bigger and taller, the forest became famous for charcoal burning. The charcoal burners burned oak trees. The area supplied the fuels needed of the City of London, which heavily depended on charcoal. In the 17th century, Norwood was famous for gypsies. The queen of the gypsies lived in a tent under an ancient tree, and it was there that a great number of people visited her. By 18,000, the charcoal burning had ceased and the Norwood gypsies had moved on. By this time, much of the area's defence woodland had been cleared. The area was becoming a holiday playground for Londoners who wanted to move out of the city centre for clean air and the dramatic view at Norwood. The Beulah Spa was garden at Norwood, a Victorian pleasure garden where Londoners would drink spring water and observe the wild woods. The oldest remaining oak tree in the Great North Wood lived in Beulah Spa. Much of the history of the North Wood burned with the Crystal Palace. Now we can hear the sound of children playing in Crystal Palace Park and the oak trees shaking its leaves to its sound. The oak has heard good news from its friend Hornbeam in Convent Wood. It's all about the new school has been built. A new school also has a forest school. The leaf of the hornbeam is a simple oval leaf which is pointed at the tip, which is definitely toothed edges. Hornbeam had been felt lonely for the last 150 years because the children spent almost all their time in the school building and did not come to visit him in the forest. However, the new school was built 3 years ago, and it has a forest school. Hornbeam is happy to make relationships with students from the forest school. Oak Tree thought that this was good news, so Hornbeam told his news to other trees in another bark. Oak Tree thought, this is a nice place. They also have a nice curriculum. Oak learned that the Great North Wood is so much more than woodland. It could be a park, a playground, and even a classroom. Animals and people can find a safe place there, and children can have fun there by picking berries and taking walks. Through the colour of the leaves, children can learn about what the world looks like in spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Oak knows that by itself it is just a tree. However, Oak also knows that its existence is worth more than jewellery.
The end.